what is a ternary operator? A ternary operator is kind of like a replacement to the if-else statements that we already have in Java. Okay, now the question, if you have if-else statements already for decision making, why do you need a new one, a new ternary operator? Okay, the answer is ternary operator is a simplified version of the if-else statements. In certain cases, it can replace the if-else statements to provide a compact form. Generally, if you take an if-else statement, it will be a little elongated and it will take several lines to do a simple comparison and assignment. But if in the case of ternary operator, the comparison and the assignment takes place in a single line, and that is the feature of the ternary operator. It is also called as a three-way operator. And in this video, let's see how we can do comparisons and assignments using if-else statements, and also let's do the same thing in the ternary operators. So let's see how it is done. So what is a ternary operator? Okay, to find what a ternary operator means, let's look at the term itself, the ternary and the operator. Let's look at operator. An operator is something that represents an action. Okay, then what is ternary? The first term, what is ternary? Ternary means 3, like binary means 2. Okay, so the term ternary operator says me that it has 3 components that does an action. Okay, so we have to find what that action is and what are all the 3 components that perform the action. So let's take a look at the action. So action, okay, the first action will be comparison, and the second action will be assignment. Okay, and now let's take a look at the 3 components. Okay, the 3 components. Okay, let's say 3 components, 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so the first one is all the 3 components or expressions. Okay, the first expression is different from the rest of the expressions, expression 2 and the expression 3. What is the difference? What difference the first expression makes? The first expression is a condition, and that is followed by a first expression, expression 1, followed by expression 2. Okay, so we have got certain things, but we are not yet done. So let me finish it. The only condition, and then question mark, and then the expression 1 follows, followed by a colon, and then expression 2, and then to end the statement we are using a semicolon. It's not required for this explanation. So the thing is, see, this condition is the key. Okay, so we have 3 components. We have 3 components: component 1, component 2, and component 3. The 3 components are divided by certain symbols. Okay, the first 2 components are divided by this question mark, and the last 2 components, or the expression 1 and expression 2, are divided by a colon. Okay, the important thing is the condition. A condition here, it checks for a certain condition to be met and returns a boolean value. It can be either true or false. If this condition returns true, then the expression 1 is evaluated. Okay, if the condition returns true, then the expression 1 is evaluated. If condition returns false, then expression 2 is evaluated. So if condition returns false, then expression 2 is evaluated. So this is the structure of ternary operator. So the first action, the comparison, is done here in this condition. Okay, that condition will return either true or false, and if this returns true, expression 1 is evaluated, and if this returns false, expression 2 is evaluated. So let's look at the next thing, assignment. Okay, like before this, like this is an expression which is a value. Okay, this value can be assigned to a variable. So variable, this essentially means that if any of these expressions are executed, the expression will get stored in this variable, and thus we have seen both the actions. And let's see, okay, I have told you that the ternary operator does the same thing as an if-else statement. So if it were so, like what would an if statement look like? In if statement, we have if followed by the condition where we do the comparisons, condition, and then we open the curly braces, and then we do something, a statement or an expression, and then we'll close it, and then we'll open a else if statement, and then we'll give a condition, and then we'll open it, and we'll give another statement. We'll give another statement, and then else we'll give a condition, and then it terminates. Okay, so the difference is, see, this condition of the if statement is present here, this condition, and the statement is present expression 1, and the statement is of if statement is present in expression 2 of the ternary operator. Essentially, ternary operator and if else statement does the same thing, but the advantage of ternary operator is that it's so compact. I can write everything that I have written here. I can write everything in a single line here. So that's the advantage. The disadvantage is that when you're new to these ternary operators, you can find it a little confusing at first, but don't worry, once you get used to it, you will find it really useful. Okay, and now let's write a program to find the greatest among two numbers using if else statements and ternary operators, and also so let's write a program to find the biggest among two numbers. We will do this by using if else statements usually, as we do, and let's say this first as big num if, okay, big num 2, since we are comparing two numbers, dot java. Okay, so let me create a class of name big num 2 if, and then let me open the class, and let me open the main method inside the class. It's string arg, and then inside the class let's declare two integer variables, num1 and num2, and then declare another variable num big, which stores the value of the biggest number. It can be the value of num1 or num2. Okay, let's just make simple if else statements to find the greatest among two numbers. So let's do this with the condition of if num1 greater than num2, then big num equals num1. Okay, else if num2 greater than num1, then big num equals num2. Okay, and finally let's print out the big number. So to print anything, system.out.println the biggest number is the value that is present in the integer variable big num. Okay, so let me give the value for num1 as 50 and num2 as 90. Okay, so let me save this. Okay, in the terminal window, let me type java c, and then let me go to the directory where I stored the java file, cd documents java, and now let me try to run the java file. Java file is bignum2f.java, bignum2if.java. It throws an error. It says cannot find symbol. So the thing is, I have written num big and I have written big num here. So it's a silly mistake. Let me correct it. Num big and num big. Okay, let me save it and run this for one final time. And still we have an error. So it seems like we didn't initialize num big variable. So let me just go there and initialize it as 0. That's just arbitrary. And then for one final time, I will compile this program. Okay, it's compiled, and let me run it. So big num to f. So the biggest number is 90. So this is correct. So let me do the same thing, the same exact thing in another program, but here let me use ternary operator instead of if else statement. So let me create a class big num to. Now we're going to do with the ternary operator, so top. Okay, and then let me save this first. Big num to top.java. Okay, so let me open the class and let me open the main method. So click static void main string arg, Okay, let me open the main method and let me do the same here. Let me copy it and paste it here. These things remain the same. Let me do the decision and the execution of the statements using a ternary operator. If num1 are greater than num2, then num1 is bigger, else num2 is bigger. Do you have, if this is true, in this case this is not true, so it checks for the condition, it doesn't find true, so it skips this and then it executes this. What do you mean by executing? So when executing means this gets assigned to where? Here, equals num big. Okay, what happens is in this case the num big variable will be assigned the value of num2 since this condition throws false. Okay, let me print it out using the same thing here. Okay, let me save it. Okay, and let me run this file. So java c, let me compile this recently created java file, java c, the file name dot java. Then now let's run the java file or the class file, java. See, it's giving the answer again. So let's check it again and let's just give another number. So 89, and let's give 123 here. Let's save it and let's run it once again. Compile it and let's run it once again, and this time it's 123 again. So this works. So this is how you do the thing in if else statement and do the exact same thing here in a single line itself. See, this way we took these many lines, but by using ternary operators you use just a single line, and this is the use case of ternary operator. This is how we find the biggest among two numbers using a ternary operator. Thank you for watching.